And to Huddersfield last night, where England, or Great Britain rather, simply had to beat New Zealand to have any chance of maintaining any interest in Rugby League's Tri-Nations trophy. Their campaign had begun at Loftus Road a couple of weeks ago when they were caught cold by an impressive New Zealand outfit. A series of below-par individual performances saw them losing eventually by 42 points to 26. A week later came the Australians to Wigan, an improved performance but the same result. The defending Tri-Nations champions accelerating away in the second half to leave Brian Noble's men on the verge of being knocked out of the competition. And so the maths was simple. Win their two remaining games and by a sizable margin, or their Tri-Nations campaign was over. So Great Britain had it all to do at Huddersfield last night, and they were watched by Jonathan Davis and Dave Woods.
It's one last chance for Great Britain. The mathematics are a little complicated, but one part of the equation at least is very simple. They have to win tonight to keep alive their hopes of a place in the Gillette Tri-Nations final. A win by a considerable margin would help them overturn a points difference deficit too. Brian Noble makes one change to his starting 13. Leeds' Gareth Ellis replaces his clubmate Kevin Sinfield at loose forward. Hull's Richard Horne, drafted in for the first time this series, is on the bench. New Zealand bring Bradford centre Shontaine Hape into the centres, and scrum half Stacey Jones comes out of retirement for the third time in this tournament. As ever, he could be the Kiwis' key man tonight. Well, this has been a lucky ground for British Rugby League over the years. They'll need a bit of that Huddersfield magic to rub off again tonight. It's make or break for Britain. Complicated as far as the points difference is concerned. If Great Britain win here tonight with a 28 points margin, then any victory against Australia next week will take them into the final. More realistically, they're looking for as many points as possible in victory tonight if they are to win, and then make up what at the moment is a 36 points different on Australia next week. Either way, it's a mountain to climb, Jonathan Davis.
Yep, first thing, just get the win. And I think the problem has been when they get into the opposition 20-metre area, they've looked really, lethargic and clueless. So that's what they've got to work to get there and try and finish them in opportunities off.
It's a steady start from New Zealand. Motu Tony appearing from dummy half with a kick downfield. Now, last time Brian Carney faced these men in black, he had a bit of a nightmare. He's looking for a great improvement tonight, as I'm sure he will have. That's a steady start from him as well. Here's Ellis at loose forward, the one change with the offload as well. Peacock just trying to brush them away, but unable to do so. Here's Cunningham. Morley, starting, of course, tonight, as he didn't do against the Kiwis at Loftus Road. He was on the subs bench that night. Cunningham again to Fielden. It's a strong drive and a good offload again, and Cunningham moves it wide, and now they have a bit of a chance here. Deacon out to Senior with a step, and then with a dummy, and eventually it's wrapped up. But this is still at a decent point in the tackle count as Price takes it on again. Sixth tackle coming up. Britain have excellent field position here. This is Deacon, up to the line, little kick through as well. Wellens is chasing, they look for the post. It's going to be taken behind his own line by Vatuvai, but he was allowed to escape.
Yeah, very good play. All came from the offloads of Fielden. Well, that was very good play. Just watch him, he goes down, slides, sees the opportunity, and does extremely well to get out.
Ruben Wiki this time, the very experienced Ruben Wiki. So 48
just watch the second movement. Tonight. There's the hand.
Well, two penalties already, and the kick is not the best, but it has been caught out of play by Vatuvai. Had it already crossed the line? It's going to be a scrum, but it will be Great Britain's head and feet.
It's not much difference, really, is there?
Just brings the big guys together here, doesn't it? Maybe gives a bit of room for the British backs. But things are looking good at the moment for Great Britain. This is the most confident we've seen them in the entire tournament, and Gleeson with a step. Well, we know he is a world-class centre, but we haven't seen much of him so far this year in Great Britain colours. And Britain looking good here now again. driven on by Peacock, the captain. Only 2 tackles gone. Can they make hay here? It's Cunningham again now. It's a short ball to Fielden, and Fielden will score. What a start for Great Britain. Barely 5 minutes on the clock. That's exactly what they wanted. And I think Kieran Cunningham has provided the pass for every single try Great Britain have scored in this Tri-Nations, and he's done it again, and Great Britain strike. What a start.
Well, in the previous scrum, they run at Stacey Jones, and that's what they have to do. Just watch, this is the mistake, first of all, and from the resulting scrum, they run at Stacey Jones. But just watch the pass. Vangana shoots out to the line. Just watch him, Vangana shoots out there, he's number 6. You're not going to stop him from that range, especially Brent Webb.
Paul Deacon with the kicking duties again. He's landed just 1 so far in this Tri-Nations. He's been off the field to allow Kevin Sinfield to kick the others. Here he comes, no problems, and with 6 minutes played, Great Britain have the perfect start. They lead by 6 points to 0. Deacon, this is Morley. Cunningham watching once more. Peacock just takes them on with his sheer physicality. He certainly leads by inspiration, and it's going to be a penalty. Paul Johnson just mauled with a little too much there.
I think he copped the elbow earlier on in that tackle. He just got roiled a little bit. Didn't want to leave it go, look. Give him a little slap. Penalty. I know, another great attacking position for Great Britain.
And he is furious, Brian McLennan. But Great Britain have a great position here as Harris tries to step inside. 14 minutes played, and Britain are in the driving seat again here. Peacock twisting away, doing well. And eventually 3 of them will pull him down, will they? Well, Peacock made a last desperate lunge for the line, but not quite there. Deacon now for Great Britain. Little step inside by him and a twist and a turn, and the scrum half is over. Oh, what a try. And what a great personal moment for Paul Deacon as well. Second touchdown of the night for Great Britain. He simply bamboozled them.
This is the penalty, look. Tackle is made, Kidwell is all over him like a rash. Doesn't want to leave it go, and this is the reaction. Field position is given away, and Deacon just throws a dummy. Kidwell, Ruben Wiki just steps inside. Good try.
Here's Deacon right in front of the sticks. He's put it over. It is 2 out of 2. Great Britain now lead by 12 points to 0. Shontaine happy as rather bullied his way another 5 or 10 yards downfield. Now it's left to the forwards. Kidwell goes down. Motu Tony up at dummy half. Here comes Solomona again. He's such a dangerous footballer, and he's made the break. Now, has he got the support? The fullback's up with him. It's chip now for Webb to chase. Webb puts his foot down. Wellens dived in, and he got a touch, and Carney takes it, and Carney brings it clear, and suddenly the game moves the other direction as Carney runs it a good 30 yards away.
Well, first of all, what a lovely break, Solomona.
Deacon inside.
The game is so quick.
Wonder what Brian McLennan thought about this, the New Zealand coach. He must consider there was a try on the board there for his team, but once again, it's a heavy bang to the head for Paul Deacon.
Yeah, high shot spotted. Vangana didn't miss. Just watch, this is the break. Lovely feet by Solomon. Just watch Carney there, though. Just pulls his winger in. No option but to kick. And again, the bounce favours Great Britain. And as Manda, the referee, said, right on the snout, Vangana did not miss. Yellow card, or no, it's going on report. And that really could put Vangana out of the final.
Behind the line to Harris. Harris to Wellens. Wellens goes on the outside. Tracked all the way by Happe and Webster. Here comes the 6th. Harris. It's a decent kick. Again, he was looking for the post. Again, it's held up behind the in-goal area. And Butterfly with a little bit of a gamble that has paid off, but there are enough British defenders there. Oh, well, the Great Britain has given a penalty.
Yeah, he
the
shouted
referee
hell.
has given a penalty here.
He shouted hell, so he might have shouted it early, in my opinion. Dangerous play, look at this. Butterfly takes it in. Good play by Webb. Goes to the post, but that was a very early call by Manda.
The referee shouted hell just as the player had crossed the line. So when the British defenders then carried on and pushed him back, it was deemed a legal play, and that is a bit of a let-off for the New Zealand side. This is a terrific gamble by the winger. Just about paid off. But Great Britain have it back again. They've not found touch. Here comes Walker. Soft hands, it's Ellis. Ellis with the offload. Out of the tackle, onto Chev Walker again, searching the fringes. Carney takes it. Oh, what a terrific score by Brian Carney. Great play from Great Britain all around again. The referee wants a second look. Video referee is being called in here. It's a question of whether Carney put a foot in touch. That's the question that's being asked. If he didn't, it's a super try.
Well, let's see. No, he's not. It's a try. And Brian Carney will be absolutely delighted with that. He had a nightmare in the first game. Goes round, makes the conversion easier. Good try. This is a mistake once again, another mistake. Well played, I think it's Chev Walker. No, it's Leon Price there. And then from here, there's the offload. Chev Walker goes in. That's a lovely cutout pass. Vardavai's dragged in. Carney scores.
Paul Deacon off because of the bloodied nose, of course, so Iestyn Harris taking over the kicking duties. He is, of course, a well-qualified goal kicker, so this should not provide any problems, and doesn't. Look at this for a scoreline. Half an hour played. Great Britain 18, New Zealand 0. 2 tackles gone, and Great Britain are only 30 yards away, and Peacock will take them 10 yards closer. Great courage.
Every Great Britain player is up for it tonight.
Wellens down the blind side. Webb with a tackle. Looks suspiciously high. Harris. Harris! Iestyn Harris is almost in. He's dropped the ball, and Jones is there. And it was a knock-on, and there was no advantage. Oh, it's a matter of millimetres.
He knew how close he was. Look at that, he's going. Oh.
Well, this is an important passage of play here for Great Britain. They do not want to give New Zealand any hopes, and if the Kiwis can find some way of making points out of this situation, it would give them hopes with about 7.5 minutes to play before half-time. Jones, Asatasi.
Yeah, it'd be a great psychological advantage for Great Britain if New Zealand went in with nil points, as they say.
Fioma is put down and picked up very sharply by Vanganai. He put his head down and he's lost it. He's lost it.
Opportunity on again.
And look at this, how Great Britain are looking to turn defence into attack every time, aren't they? Here's Harris. Keith Senior is the man who's up at dummy half. He might fancy a double himself here. Quick hands, terrifically quick hands, and Carney now. Will he take them on for base? Yes, he will. Oh, watch him fly. Brian Carney steps back inside. It is the try of the tournament, surely. And Brian Carney is back on top of the world. What a score. We saw him do it in Manchester last year against the Australians, and he's done it again. Who said we had no pace in the 3 quarters?
Well, it's testament to the character of this man. he had a shocker against New Zealand. He has bounced back. And this is a great winger's try. Great hands. And he has a lot to do. Tupi shows him the outside. Blistering pace. Webb's across. Great angle. He puts the ball down early. Look at the reaction of Wellens. Get into the post. But he's made such a difference now, hasn't he? The confidence now that they're playing with. Just watch him. Gets on the outside of Tupi, who was no slouch. Comes back inside. And scores.
Weston Harris poised. If he puts this over, it is 24 points for Great Britain. And he has put it over. Who would have dared? Who would have dared to dream that Great Britain could be in this situation? Brian Carney takes a well-earned rest after his second try of the night. Great Britain's fourth. It's Great Britain 24, New Zealand 0. The Lions are in dreamland. Great Britain have never beaten New Zealand on home soil by a margin of more than 20 points. So if they continue in this vein, it will be a record victory tonight for Great Britain. It's exactly what they needed and exactly what the tournament needed as well, if it stays this way.
If you're British, if you're a Kiwi, no, Dave. All those Kiwis watching.
It's a critical point for New Zealand as well because, well, we'll tell you more of that in just a second because they have a chance with Anderson. Oh, great defending.
What a tackle by Wellens.
Paul Wellens, simply heroic. Simply heroic.
Satasi goes in, he hits him first, but he rolls and rolls. Just watch the strength to stop him rolling over.
Kiwis are only 10 yards away. Webb searching, will just rather force the pass, gets away with it. And then eventually Asatasi will be stopped. 60 seconds of this first period left to play. Britain would love to have that nil scoreline still. Oh, and I think they will because that ball has been dropped as well. It's been kicked on. Hyam chases and he's away. Mickey Hyam's away. He's being chased hard though by Webster and Webster gathers him in. But look where he is. Only 20 yards out. It's another penalty and this could be a sin binning. This could be a sin binning for the professional foul. It is. The referee's going for his card.
And I would go for the 2 points.
Shantae Happy is off the field for 10 minutes for holding down. He'll miss the opening 10 minutes of the second half, and Britain have a chance for goal as well, and all from here.
Great tackle, Horn. Hyam's on it, the bounce favours him. But Webster is going to run him down. Just one Shantae Happy, he knows the situation, he slows it all down. And that's why he will have 10 minutes on the bench. There he goes.
Weston Harris with a chance to end a fantastic half on a perfect note for Great Britain. Up he steps. Is it between? Yes, it is. It held its line. The hooter sounds on what has been a truly memorable 40 minutes for British Rugby League. Brian Noble and his side are holding their heads up high for the first time in the tournament. They lead 26-0. Brian Carney is still off with his leg injury after his 2-try heroics. This is the 6th tackle. Vatavai eventually kicks. Easy take by Wellens. And again, he's evaded the first 2 before eventually Stacey Jones comes in with a tackle to put him down. Great Britain regrouping here. Fielden from deep inside his own half. Look at the carry again. He always really tests the defence, doesn't he? Every time he has the ball in his hands. It's Price from dummy half. What an outstanding tournament he's had, and what an outstanding break he's making here. He's got Walker in support. Walker's going to take him on the outside. He's beaten Webster. Oh, what a start! What a start to this second half. Barely a couple of minutes played, and it's try number 5.
Here he goes. Defence is unorganised, so he gets away. Just watch Seb Walker. Price holds the winger up, Webster, and then he's just got him by pace on the outside. Superb try.
Weston Harris The news from the bench, by the way, is that Paul Deacon will not take any further part in the game because of his facial injury. So Iestyn Harris is the kicker for the night now, and he's an able substitute. It's a great kick. Mayumu from dummy half. Ooh, and the offload is risky, but they have to start taking risks. And this one does come off, just about, for Anderson. Jones. Webb, the fullback, he's not carried the threat that he did in the first game tonight, has he? He's not had the opportunities to run. That's the difference. Mayumu. Masatazi.
Well, Great Britain have controlled the tackle very well this evening.
Jones, Wiki Jones, good play. Interchange between them, there's things developing here. Vanganar out wide, Webster's got pace. Oh, the cover was across.
Great try.
Now, did he get it down? The referee is going to give it, yeah, no doubts about it. Just a little juggle, but he had control. And it's the first try of the night for New Zealand.
Superb run around and lovely passing. Just watch it. This is where the damage is done. The defenders are drawn in and then they get a ball away. But superb passing, give and take. And he's still had a lot to do. Look, cuts inside, good finish.
Two tackles gone. Vanganar tries to take on that line himself with a dash of pace, but met with a mixture of muscle from the British defence. Jones. Now it's a width that is being provided again. Lauatiti with a pass. It's not gone to hand. It's picked up instead by Kieran Cunningham. Gleeson. Matched all the way by Webb. There's Thackeray. Spinning out, doing well. Offloads, Cunningham. Thinks about the pass. Wiki had his options closed down. It's offloaded back to Peacock. There's a bit of a channel in which Peacock can run. Good play. Cunningham again. Harris, right to the line. Great pass. Walker out to Senior. Senior puts his foot down and slides in.
Oof. We'll have to go to the video referee because his trailing leg hit the corner flag. I'm not sure what.
What about Iestyn Harris there, though? What a wonderful play. We'll have to watch this first.
Just as watch his leg. Does he get there first? Because he is short. No, I think it's the right foot of Jake Webster. So I would get. Let's see. This will be the angle. Yeah, it's the right leg of the New Zealand winger. So it's another try for Great Britain, I feel.
Here comes the decision. Robert Conley, the video referee, has given the try to Great Britain. Keith Senior will celebrate. It's his second of the tournament.
Watch this ball by Iestyn Harris. Holden, a lovely angle by Sheb Walker. And Senior just gets there. Another great try for Britain.
Iestyn Harris from the touchline has found the target again. It is all going the Lions' way. 38 points for Great Britain, just the 4 for New Zealand. Wiki spinning. Decent momentum being built here.
In previous matches, you know, Wiki and Rahi have been very dominant, have they? But they've been very quiet in tonight's performance.
How much does that say about the British front row?
You know, Morley, Jan Fielden and Peacock have been superb tonight. But also, you know, Paul Johnson does all the dirty work, you know, no one notices him.
High one. Oh, and it's been knocked backwards. It's been well taken, but... Oh, he's bounced it, surely. He's bounced it. Referee's asking for a look here.
He definitely didn't ground that, did he?
Great Britain have some defending to do here. New Zealand have a real chance to threaten their line. Titi held out. Motutoni back to the middle. Solomono. Here's Stacey Jones. Here's Wiki now, running straight into his like-for-like opponent in the shape of Adrian Morley, helped by Kieran Cunningham. Tony tried to sneak through those two markers. Couldn't find a way in. Now it's moved left again. Here's Jones, out to Solomono. He can conjure things up. Lauatiti similarly's got magical hands, but he can't get them free. can't get them free. 6 tackle now. Bold defending by Britain. Can they hold out again now? Jones throws it wide. There are gaps out here, and it's a great hit by Price. Senior's back in again, kept alive. Tony's knocks it on.
Knock on.
It's a real mess, and it's Great Britain who get it back, but full marks for the defence.
Yeah, very good defence once again. It did create the overlap, but Leon Price came in, great spotting, made the tackle.
New Zealand are going to lose this game tonight. Great Britain are going to win. But just again to reiterate this complicated points for and against situation, if New Zealand do get another 12 points, that's 2 tries, 2 goals, then they are guaranteed a place in the final, even though they lose tonight. And here they come, searching for the first of those tries. It's back with Webb, spun it wide. Batavai handing off Harris, or attempting to, and does push him away, and Tope seniors across to make the tackle, but all in vain in the end, because plunging over goes Ali Lauatiti, and there's a bit of nonsense as well. Stuart Fielden and Ali Lauatiti.
Just watch the offloads. Lovely pass, cuts inside, fends off Harris, keeps going. Tupi offloads the tackle as well.
Stacey Jones pops it inside again. It's taken on by Kidwell. Good offload by him. New Zealand shaping up once more here with Tupi. Tupi cuts back inside and tries to find a way through, and he might do that. He might do that. He's going to be held up, is he? Yes, he is. Just short, and it's inches. That's all. Here it comes again now. Out of the way, Goodenbiel. Inside, couldn't find a path. Desperate moments again for both attack and defence. Kidwell went blind.
It's going to turn.
Here comes the 6th. Last chance for New Zealand in this set. Switched back to Jones. Here's Webb, high over the top. Vatuvai, can he finish? Oh, the kick is a poor one. And Johnson is going to be dragged out of play. Great Britain will have to defend again here.
Yeah, they were very fortunate there, because that was a very poor kick by Vatuvai. But Johnson couldn't do anything. Lauatiti had him.
Morley half suggesting he might make the break there, but Goodenbiel is just hanging on to him. It's back to Iestyn Harris, who buys himself a little bit of space. And then the kick is not a bad one, but it's plucked out of the air by Webb. And Webb brings it back. Shows the outside. Johnson, smart to react. Vatuvai.
Oh, good tackle, Morley.
Adrian Morley sized him up. Really picked his target there with the shoulder, didn't he? Hanging up, back inside again. It's Asatazi. Motu Tony. 4 tackles gone, 2 to come. It's Vanganar back to Stacey Jones. Little run around again between him and Wiki. It produced a try earlier in the game, and Happy, out it goes, and well, the flying Jake Webster has been given the try.
And again,
and it was the run around again between Jones and Ruben Wiki.
Yep, once again they were sucked in out wide in the space. Just open up out wide. Here, just watch it run around. 1, 2. Hyam just gets caught, and again it's quality give and take. Lovely try.
Stacey Jones needs to kick this. Here he comes. He's not taking his time, is he? And has he got the range this time? No, he's not. It's 0 out of 3. 38-12. Still means New Zealand are not certain of a place in the final.
A minute to go, Dave. Give us the full story. Go on.
Well, with 1 minute to go, if it stays like this scoreline, then anything can happen next week. What it means is that Great Britain would have to win by a margin against Australia. At the moment, Australia have +6 points. Great Britain have -4, New Zealand -2. So Great Britain would have to win by 3 points against Australia next week to guarantee them a place in the final. If it stays this way, there are 25 seconds left here. Sounds daft, but a drop goal might come handy here to add to the mathematics.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be thinking about that now, Dave, somehow.
Oh, Ellis has lost it. And he did lose it. It wasn't stolen. He was just looking to get rid of it, that's all. It's a 0 tackle. That is that, though. It has been an astonishing night for Great Britain. It really has. Referee has finally blown the whistle on it. But what a win for Great Britain. Who could have imagined before tonight that they would have put themselves in the frame so firmly for a place in the final? 26 points is the winning margin. It's a record on British soil for Britain against New Zealand. And it means that if they beat Australia by 3 points next week, they are in the final. And New Zealand, from looking so good, now have to sit and wait and sweat on that Great Britain-Australia result next week to find out if they're going to win.
Brian, did you always keep the faith that your side could produce a record-breaking performance tonight?
Absolutely. Not for 1 minute. We talked about getting 2 points first and the rest would come. And I think you should talk about their heroics towards the back end as well, because we'd only 14 fit players at the end of the game. It's very, very important that they recognise both the football that we played when we're all healthy and the desire showed when we weren't healthy are there for all to see.
Were you surprised by the way Great Britain came at you in that game?
No, I wasn't actually. I always thought we would struggle at the start, but I didn't think it would blow out to be that much. I actually said to our management last night, don't be surprised if we get off on the wrong foot and Great Britain come out and whack a couple on us, but they whack more than a couple.
You know, I thought our forwards are fantastic today. It's, you know, New Zealand are a massive pack, and we needed to make sure that we completed the ball and really give it to them with our forwards. And you know, all credit to us. You know, people like Moz and Stu Fielding and Jamie Peacock were amazing for us tonight.
Were you conscious of the points difference tonight, because you could have lost by 23 and still been guaranteed a place in the final?
Yeah, we were conscious. Hence, that's why we're throwing the ball around everywhere. You know, in the last few minutes. But you know, it wasn't to be. We tried our best. And, you know, we just hope we get a chance to redeem ourselves.
Beat the Australians next week, by 3 points, you're in the Tri-Nations final. Confident?
Well, we need another improvement in performance. I'll be confident if we play like we played the first 50 minutes, but we know we're playing a decent team. We need a win, first and foremost, and then we'll look at the equation. You know, from being nowhere near and no hopers, I think that was one of the headlines in the papers. Now we've got some hope, but it's a reflection of the performance that we need, and we need to improve again.
I think you need a British victory by 9 points next week, or a British defeat. Will you be watching that game next week?
Well, if Australia win, Britain's out.
That's the British defeat, but if Britain win by 9, you're also guaranteed a place in the final.
We'll see. We'll be watching real close.
I bet he will. So anyway, just to clarify that, a victory for Great Britain next week by between 3 and 8 points knocks New Zealand out. A win by 9 knocks Australia out. But, I mean, the bottom line of it is they've got to win. That was a fantastic victory. Jonathan, I come to you first of all, because, you know, if the New Zealand management were on alert that Great Britain might come at them in the first few minutes, did you actually, when you went to Huddersfield last night, expect a performance like that?
I thought they'd win. I thought, you know, they've increased their performance from the first game, and you know, sometimes I believe they take the squad away to Spain for pre-season training or pre-tournament training. Sometimes I think they should go to the south of France, do their training, and then play France, because they are such a better side now than the first run against New Zealand. But they did everything well yesterday. Everything they did wrong in the first game, you know, like the discipline was good, the forwards, you know, great momentum, the platform that the forwards gave them just set the whole victory up. The forwards were immense, and you know, their completion rate, their kicking, everything was good. And this is the first try. Cunningham running from acting halfback. Fielding's been immense, and then there's Morley going in, takes a couple of defenders with him, quick play the ball. Next thing is Peacock. You know, he comes on, bang, makes holes in the defensive line, and you know, Deacon. And then again, Thackeray came on, and he was immense in the second half. And what it did was just laid the platform for Deacon while he was on, and Yasin Haj had a superb game. And then Horn came on. So, but everyone played well. It was very difficult to pick one outstanding individual, because everyone played so well. and it was a fantastic result, a great performance.
Robbie, you know, so much of international sport is played in the mind, and that New Zealand team, perhaps, just somewhere at the back of their mind, may have taken the field yesterday thinking, we've almost got a 30-point cushion there. And if you're 1% off the pace from the kick-off, you're struggling, aren't you?
Especially when you're playing against a team with the quality of Great Britain, you know, and I think that was a dangerous game for New Zealand. You know, as Brian, you heard Brian McLennan say, you know, we might get off on the wrong foot. That's, you know,
He's alluding to that there,
exactly. It's already there in the thing. And also, you know, the Great Britain team, their pride's been hurt. You know, the first game, I tell you, they didn't enjoy that. We all knew that. Against Australia last week, they played well. In the last 10 minutes, they dropped off the pace. So you knew that they were going to step up again. And I think we saw that last night.
I think they caught, you know, the first 10 minutes, they absolutely battered them. Before, they'd given penalties away, and they didn't control the play of the ball on the tackle area. Tim Mander, the referee, wanted a quick play of the ball, and I think it helped Great Britain. They got out to their own 20-metre area, and it was a good kicking game. But I do agree, you know, once they went behind, I thought that, you know, New Zealand thought, last 10 minutes, they upped the tempo, thinking, oh, if we scored a couple of tries, we're in the final anyway. Yeah. But it was too late because the performance, you know, was too good for them.
You can't almost think, actually, that if Great Britain hadn't scored in the first 15-20 minutes or so, then that might almost have been it.
Yeah, it could have been more of an arm wrestle. But, I mean, rather than focusing on what New Zealand did bad, how hot were Great Britain last night? Everybody were pushing for one another. Everybody wanted the ball. Everybody was carrying the ball. Defensively, they were aggressive as well.
Not least Brian Carney, who scored 2 great tries.
Well, he'd been slaughtered after the first game. You know, he'd had a poor game, and he put his hand up and said, that's the worst game I've ever played, not only in, you know, international, but club. But he's just a great finisher. It's a lovely ball, you know, to put him on the outside, and that is a good finish. His second try was just a fantastic winger's try. You know, it's a turnover ball, the ball goes out very quickly, and it's good passing, and they set him free. But he's still got a lot to do. Standing start, Tupi's there, showing him, go on, take outside, and he takes it. And then he comes inside, the full-back Webb. Unfortunately, I was saying, why doesn't he go under the post? I now know that he tweaked an hamstring, so off he went. But it just epitomised all the effort from the Great Britain boys. It was a fantastic team effort.
We have spoken to him this morning, and he says, I'm going to be fit next week, don't you worry. But he kind of would say that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you know, a tweak hamstring.
He's been told to say that.
He's been told to say that.
I was speaking to Brian Noble last week, and Nobby, the Great Britain coach, and I said, Brian's going to have a massive tournament for you guys. His pride would have been hurt in their first game, and we all know he's a much better competitor than what he gave up in that thing, and we saw it last night. Did the same thing against Australia last year, scored tries like that, and he can. That's the reason why he's going down under next season.
It's the nature of the game. You know, we've been talking about in rugby union as well. One bad tackle sometimes gets a lot of the headlines. What did you make of this stiff arm tackle?
When it happens, you know, it looked innocuous. But if you slow it down, you know, he catches him, and it was a swinging arm. You know, and Deacon's,
well, Deacon's undergoing facial surgery perhaps
you know,
today. That could be a very serious injury.
Yeah, he's cracked his palate, and I think by the reaction of, you know, everyone there, the players didn't run in or jump in. He was going down. The swinging arm, there was a swinging arm, so I think he'll have some kind of ban, which, you know, will put him out to the final. How much, I don't know, but it's.
How do you view a tackle like that?
Those sort of things happen, you know. You don't go out there. Very few times have I ever seen anyone blatantly go out and take someone's head off. And I mean, I know Nigel. Nigel's not that type of player. It's a little bit of carelessness and unlucky. You know. We're not playing tiddlywinks. It is a physical game. That sort of thing happens. And
the one thing, it was a swinging arm though, so that, you know, you can't get away with that. He came in, and sometimes you do come in, right, to, you know, to shut the ball down because they were offloading. But Deacon, as he was going down, he coughed it full on in the face, and you know, he suffered a nasty injury, and he'll be disciplined for it. It's as simple as that. But you know, that's the way it goes sometimes.
We've kind of gone back to the status quo now because it's almost like who wins next week. You know, the points difference is fairly marginal. It's not like Great Britain have got to win by 25 or anything. So basically, they've just got to win the game. But just is a kind of big word here, isn't it?
It's awesome. Yeah. The competition's been blown wide open, and this is exactly what the Tri-Nations was supposed to be. It's supposed to be the drama. This type of excitement is what it's all about, and it's awesome that Great Britain played the way they did last night.
I think that Australia will want to play New Zealand in the final. They know now that Vangara might be out. They've got a few injuries. Stacey Jones might not be there because, you know, his wife's expecting a baby. Australia will want to play New Zealand in the final. I'm sure of that. So they will go out and to try and beat Great Britain, to get them out of the way, because they are fearful of that forward pack. The
And Great
pack
Britain are
is
getting
awesome.
better with every week.
Yeah, like I said, they should play France in a warm-up game, you know, instead of going on pre-season training. Do the pre-season down there, play the game, and then, you know, hit the field running. And I think the next week's game will be awesome. You know, the Australians have a few injuries, Robbie, but they got such strength in depth, haven't they?
How do you see that game next week?
Yeah, I agree with everything that Jeffy said. You know, I think the Aussies are going to come at them. I think they'd rather play New Zealand in the final because Great Britain are on home soil. They're still feeling the pain of their grand final, you know, the Tri Nations final last year.
Yeah.
Everybody, they were embarrassed. The boys were embarrassed about it last year. Nobby will have them all pumped up for it. But in saying that, New Zealand's a very dangerous team to play at any time.
And, you see, and if New Zealand are missing all these players, you know, a couple of weeks' time, Paul gets a recall.
Both of them, Robbie and Henry, will be back.
Henry back, he'll be in Rugby League in a couple of weeks' time, won't he, your brother?
Don't go there.
We said we weren't going to go there.
Anyway, good stuff. Thanks an awful lot for coming, Robbie. You're staying, I think, on double pay. So anyway, this is what right. So this is what we've got coming up for you as far as the Tri Nations is concerned. Next week, highlights on Sunday Grandstand, which is at 1:30 next Sunday.